flown at them. If they had DR, it would apply. And you can use different types of metals to get through DRs, which is neat. And then he smacks or tries to smack the armored manticore at a -2. But Bard Song just went up.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting for minimum damage, 24. Alright, he badly injured the armored manticore. It is bloodied, and he hit the goblin rider after
I think he still has a haste attack.
So he flew twice. He did a single action to do a spell and attack, and he's got a haste attack.
Smack him again.
Nice.
Hits the manticore.
Nice.
Doing 31 damage to the manticore.
Nice.
49.
Smack him.
79. The manticore has 80 hit points.
That's it. I know how you feel.
Let me just make sure that his damage is correct. So,
Good Hope,
Bard
Hayes.
Song?
Or
18.
Good Hope, Bard Song.
It just went up.
D10 plus 21, Bard Song. Oh no, there's more damage in there. Good Hope, and I forgot his bull strength. He killed. He killed the
big ol' wacky.
or knocked it out.
wacky.
I don't know if you want to interrogate a manticore later, but he is knocked out. The rider is there and is somewhat surprised by this level of defense. All right, now it is Aemon. Is Aemon just standing there guarding?
Yeah, he looks at Barnabus. He seems to have things well in hand. Do we see any other troops or anything around? Or
No, it looks like these are the ones that had breached the eastern gate to cause havoc and maybe capture folks. It definitely looks like they're not trying to take the city.
okay, yeah, stick by Barnabus.
It looks like this is just a raid.
Yeah.
All right, by speed of Slake.
Hurry up! We're already up by like 30.
It's like waving his
You can
fist.
do it. Don't give up now.
All right, back at Team Thogram, Sunny, and Amadeus. Amadeus, the window's broken. You could fly into the building if you wanted to.
Yeah.
There's also a guy in the street with a bow that's firing at you. Two guys on a rooftop, and one guy who's got a lance who's guarding the guy with the bow.
We're kind of going in blob initiative. Can I go before Amadeus?
Sure.
Sunny's the bat's gonna sort of flap overhead and warp wood their bows and giggle, and little bat giggles because
This is the Hobgoblin Rangers.
well, and the captain.
You can reach down in the street.
The spell they have to be no more than 25 plus 5 per 2 levels apart. So depends how tall that building is.
All right, so you get all three of the Hobgoblin
Yep.
Hobgoblin bows.
Boing.
All right, the Hobgoblin archers get a will save or a fortitude.
Will save.
Oh, wonderful.
Yay.
Sure, that's their best save.
6 and 22.
22 makes it.
Okay.
6 does not.
All right, so this guy no longer has his bow. Well, he has his bow. It's just
He has it.
bows aren't supposed to be all curly.
Right. He's got a curler.
He's got a curly fry bow. All right. He actually chucks it down in annoyance. And then the Hobgoblin War Captain. Where are you? Oh, look at your save. Plus 4. 22.
Well, there might be arrows incoming.
Yeah, a little spell casting bat. little lights coming from the bat, and their bows are all screwed up. They also know there are druids in this town.
Yeah, there's a vegetable druid somewhere. There's a salad druid out here somewhere.
All right, so yeah, there might be arrows incoming, Sunny.
I was in my thought process that was more effective.
Thogram, Amadeus.
Amadeus is going to make an acrobatics check to move into here.
Okay, you kind of try to dance by the guy with the.
Yeah, I just gotta check what his acrobatics check is. It's not too freaking awesome, but I don't think this guy's a
CMD 24.
Nope, fit by 1. I'll take it.
He'll take his AO. Oh, looky. Okay, with a couched lance. AC 15.
He just slaps it away. Okay, Amadeus is going to try to bite. Yeah, he'll try to bite the captain.
Okay.
Plus 19. Haste and this is power attack. 26. I'm assuming he takes AC 26. Does that hit?
Yep.
Plus 17. Yeah. So plus good hope 19. So he takes 26 points of damage.
Okay, that injures him from the bite.
All right. And a free grapple check. 32.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's grappled. 25. And move, bite. Move, haste attack. Grapple. 42, he's tied up in blood rope vine.
Okay, so you just wrap blood rope vine around this war captain.
And then he looks at the guy right next to him. Mine!
The hobgoblin's eyebrows raise at this.
You're not certain, but this bat seems to be giving you a weird kind of thummy up wave thing.
And then Thogram, what are you doing? You've got your ready to action.
Thogram's going. Yeah, so I could vital strike one of the archers, and then ready to shoot a guy through the window.
You could do that, yeah.
Let's do that. 35.
That hits an archer.
47.
Whew. The archer has 44 hit points. He falls from the roof dead.
And then I ready to.
Kind of doing that.
Another.
As a cannonball takes out his stomach and just disappears from the roof and goes crashing into a building.
And then I'm readying my second shot with the cannon to the window.
Okay. The barrel ogre.
Okay. You know, Amadeus is sort of surrounded by hobgoblins.
Yeah, this barrel ogre sticks his head out the window. It looks like he's got just a regular old keg of gunpowder, and there's a fuse lit.
And he's gonna throw it when I've got his captain.
Oh, he didn't. He doesn't know
oh! Not 20.
But he sticks his head out and he's looking down.
Marty, not 20.
Yeah, I see that. Roll to confirm.
Let's hopefully come on. Ooh, 27.
The ogre with his cover has an AC of 26.
Nice.
We're gonna pink miss the ogre.
All right, so it's 4 times this. 4d6.
Do your pound crit. Pound crit.
Oh yeah.
Could be an amazing crit. You don't know.
5 times crit.
All right.
Amazing crit.
Amazing crit.
Amazing crit. All right, let's do this.
Oh, that's for slashing. What is this magic?
What is the damage on a siege weapon? Is it bludgeoning, piercing?
This is check. It's bludgeoning and piercing.
Okay, so choose.
Go with piercing. It's amazing.
You want
Yeah,
piercing?
yeah. We'll do piercing, dude.
You want pink mist. You don't want knocked over.
30d6 plus 4.
Additional effect, extra damage. I don't know what that means, but
The additional
The
effect
roof
extra,
falls on his head. Who knows?
it's an extra damage.
It's 135 damage.
so your cannon's 66. Normally it's times 4, but because it's
And then
amazing,
times
it's times 5. So you're like just waiting for this thing. You light the fuse of the cannon, time it perfectly. The ogre goes, oh, and looks out into the street as the cannonball is heading his way. And you basically blast the ogre back into the highly flammable and we'll say combustive laboratory of the alchemy by Androncius. And he dies. And then there's the fuse of the bomb that he was holding. That explodes. And then there's this kind of series of explosions inside the alchemy shop by Androncius.
As a positive side note,
What?
your rival needs a new house.
part of the shingled roof in the back just explodes out into the
There's a song I want to play right now, but I can't.
It's very rare you can blow up your arch enemy's business and home and be called a hero for it. So
Just perfect.
All right,
What a shame.
that should be +4, but this ogre also dies from the explosions of a alchemy shop exploding
No, this is
around
only
him.
funny if he's not in the alchemy shop when it exploded.
Yeah.
Because this is a friendly rival. This isn't like a...
The fire that is now coming out of the foundation of the building has this green hue.
okay.
That's the type of mess a cannon would make.
Barnabus, you're standing by the gate. You're like, hey, he's firing into that building.
Hi, we're supposed to be saving the city, not destroying it.
There's too much going on. You're too far for you to really hear. All right, I think there are a few minor skirmishes that are left. Let's see. Their retort. The Hobgoblin Skyrider, I guess, is going to attack Amadeus.
Is he now?
He steps away from you effectively and attacks with his lance.
Well, let me read that. Why do they always?
No, you guys are. You're fighting like the 5th and 6th level dudes. They can't do it. They can't do it.
Give up now.
This Skyrider is going to do the same against Agony. That last hit, maybe if it was first, but no. Agony is basically they're rattling their massive two-handed polearm reach weapons at each other, and Agony is winning that battle. I think it's at this point that it's safe to say that Amadeus reaches forward towards the Hobgoblin Skyrider and
pops his head off or
Yeah.
ties him into a...
basically puts him into a headlock and drags him into an alleyway.
Nope.
This archer is trying to flee. I don't know, Sunny, if you're letting the archer flee.
Is there anything really dangerous going on around here?
Well, the building that is lit with green flame.
I understand. We're gonna baleful polymorph our ranger who's trying to run free.
Okay. Given that I'm describing the route scene, what animal do you turn the poor
It's gonna be a
hobgoblin?
squirrel.
Okay. And there's going to be a really mean squirrel on Alchemy Street.
Now, does he know he's a squirrel? Or sorry, does he know he's a mob?
Don't know. We'll find out.
All right, I'm just going to mark that down for future reference.
Angry squirrel.
Amadeus, when you pulled this hobgoblin skyrider into an alleyway, kind of getting him away from the street. Also, there was starting to be a bit of heat coming off of the green glowing building where you actually saw some of the stones starting to melt. You're like, yeah, let's get away from that. What's its name? Donovan? Gordon? Gorton? Gordon is moving along your arm, little starfish, and then flings against the hobgoblin's face and sort of latches on.
That's it, buddy.
That's a good boy.
Gordon, and then he finds the nose and sort of goes into the hobgoblin's nose.
Mark doesn't know what Greg do. Now I'm nervous.
Oh, you can hear like little tiny biting, like little snapping of a little tiny beak. And Amadeus, you've killed the creature by the time it's done. And when you drop the creature, Gordon comes out.
So, if this building is continuing to burn with horrible alchemical flame, can I throw a tidal surge into that just to
put it out,
chill it out?
Sure.
Of course, it might be the type of fire that spreads with water.
Tidal surge also automatically kills magical fire effects.
Magical fire? Okay.
Okay, so there's this mountain of water that rises up from the street to the spell and washes into the building, putting out the magical flames, and it's just water damage on top.
We didn't make it better for the building. Just doesn't catch everything else. Don't worry, he'll thank us. We'll send him a bill.
Services rendered. We saved you.
Agony manages to hunt down this Skyrider who just sort of breaks after he can't harm Agony, and manages to skewer him in the streets.
All right, Slake, we're almost there, almost to the gate.
Yeah, Barnabus refuses to be there when you show up, like you miss the whole thing. So he takes off.
You know, the next time, I'm just gonna haul ass.
All right.
Actually, no. He makes an effort to actually be standing like amongst all the bodies. Like.
Okay. Aemon looks at you like, "Why did we hurry over here?"
It'll be funny.
Because it would be funny. Not wrong.
Agony brains the manticore as the raid of this attack has seemed to end. You put out a few fires, and literally and figuratively.
Is everyone all right? He's just talking like to the neighborhood.
Yep. You see some people struggling in that bag.
No. Let's open the bag.
Sunny will go and fetch the people he saved out of the bag. The bag fell into the woods.
Oh,
bring some healing.
Down south? Okay.
Yep.
So Sunny is flying.
Yep. Sunny flies real quick like.
Amadeus, on his turns, picks up his prize, which is the captain, and walks over to the manticore he tied up, coup de grace it, and take back his rope.
Okay. And there's one Hobgoblin Ranger. That's the squirrel, right? We'll just call him dead.
Thogrim's gonna. Where's there more fighting?
There seems to be like the lobbing of arrows occasionally towards the bridges, and it just looks like there's a giant hazy fire that is burning.
We're gonna fire through that puppy. We're gonna keep firing till the arrows stop firing.
Okay, so Thogram takes command of the highest point in Brindle, and from Brindle Keep begins to impossibly fire quickly with a cannon down upon the goblin hordes that are to the north. The goblins didn't look like they were readying or amassing to attack. It looked like they were amassing to harass. And as you begin sending siege size missiles down upon them, they begin to scatter. It takes 12 cannonballs to scatter the northern army.
That's not too bad.
This is all abundant ammunition.
Okay.
This is all...
So you've ticked off your one cannonball then?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, what?
Launch it, launch.
That's crazy.
He's aiming down the rifle, like he's got a scope on his rifle. He's aiming down, and that's where he's shooting. And he doesn't have to even touch the cannon to do this.
Because you're telling your
and even the vital
force.
strike, it's all ranged.
You catch the two archers that were in the tower, kind of look at their bows, and then you've stunned these two old men that were left behind to defend Brindle Keep. There is a group of people that look like they were starting to form or have formed more of a militia, and maybe some of the leaders in the town were gathering in the Brindle market.
I think that's where Brennos is going.
Okay. Sunny, you end up flying by. There is a badly injured manticore that is dragging the bag with the people in it kind of along the ground. One of the people in the bag is clearly dead. You can see, like, their neck isn't supposed to be bent that way. There is an unconscious woman, and there's a man that's still in the bag and kind of, like, trying to grab on things to not go with the manticore.
Okay. Do manticores talk?
You knew that they were
magical beasts.
Magical beasts. Yeah.
Barnabus did say they were smarter.
Yeah, Barnabus said they were smart.
Okay.
Manticore's wings are all singed, and it looks like some of the skin between the
Okay.
pinions of its wings.
We'll stabilize the woman.
Okay. It stops when it sees the bat kind of like flapping around, and its tail kind of goes up and flings flings a spike your way.
Tours are off.
AC 29.
Misses.
Okay. Lands.
Tiny little bat.
It splits open the tree that you're kind of dancing in, and then it picks up the bag again and is now dragging it along the ground.
Okay. I am going to. Trying to figure out what the easiest way to the smoothest way to do this, because I'm not actually a huge damage dealer.
Yep.
Frustrate him till he gives it up the bag. Entanglement or something, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I could entangle. I don't want him to like drag the people into something that does damage. Is the big thing. Give me a second. We're gonna magic missile him.
Magic missiles go flurrying out of the bat.
17 damage.
Nice.
59 damage. The manticore has 80 hit points, so that he stops. He sees the bat. Now he's certain the bat is the culprit, and his tail comes up. And the last, how many spikes does he have? He has minus the one he fired at you. He's got 13 spikes left, so he's gonna fire 4 spikes in your direction.
Okay.
He can do this as a full round attack.
Okay.
AC 29, 20, 14, and 21.
I like being a bat.
They're launching through trees, and these bony spikes just snap off of his tail, and they miss the tiny bat. What does the tiny bat do in response?
Is there a chance that Thogram can see him or not?
So
Or is this
Thogram,
during the time I'm
this is during the
plow-
time when you're plowing the goblin forces
Okay.
away to the north.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll give Sunny his little battle here.
Should I help him? I don't. I'm gonna give him a hand, you know.
We are going to summon a group of elementals to kick this thing's ass. Air elementals, because they fly good.
That's funny.
It's a D3 plus 1 medium air elementals. So 2 medium air elementals show up.
He's got a reach of 5, so they show up right beside him, and they can show up flanking.
Oh.
Yep.
And give me one moment. And they're gonna.
And in the 3-action system, you can summon all in your same turn, so all the monsters arrive and get their attacks.
They just show up and they beat. Yes. Elemental. What's annoying is number of clicks to go through to navigate to get me to the medium air elemental. Okay, so Kate plus 11s. AC 14, AC 29,
29's a hit.
AC 9, AC 2, which is a natural 1, and the other one does a AC 26 critical threat. AC 17 is not a critical hit.
Nope.
And then 14 to not critical fumble.
Nope.
Reduced. Oh, sorry.
Miss.
That's miss. Drops all items held. It doesn't hold anything. So it gets bapped twice. Leave the humans alone. Doing 2d6 plus 6. 12 damage.
Okay, at this point in time, the Manticore wants to just simply leave. Are you ordering the elementals to follow and kill the Manticore?
Yes.
Okay, so the Manticore tries to, there's this clumsy flying creature that gets outmaneuvered by these very angry and hostile air elementals that as the Manticore launches into the air, they pummel its wings and it crumples down to the ground. It gives one last swipe with one of its claws, and as the air elementals swirl around in its face, one of the elementals looked like it was trying to force its way down into the creature's gullet, and when it gorged itself back out, just blood and viscera followed, and the thing died with a Jabba-like exhalation.
We'll turn it to Sunny. We'll go cast some curing spells to get the people off the ground and start walking them back to town.
Okay, yeah. Oh, thank you. It was trying to eat us.
It's like, oh, there.
Sunny, one guy looks like he worked with his hands. He's got a dirty apron, and the other woman looked like a housewife, or maybe like a baker.
I've got arcane sight. Do any of these 3 cast spells?
No.
Okay.
Well, one guy's dead. You don't know anymore, but the guy who's dead looked like he was a frail old man.
I know how you feel.
Was there anything they wanted you for in particular?
It was horrible. We tried to hide.
It was horrible. Could you? Now might not be the time. We're just going to kind of ignore the dead guy for now, and we'll bring the living people back to the town.
Got it.
And they seem to not know too much. That's fine. We're just gonna old man walk him back.
The prisoners did not seem to be targets of value. We'll say, not that lives aren't valuable. It just
To the enemy.
Yep.
But we don't see how, like, where they took the people.
No, but you do see that as you were arriving, there were some manticores that did get away, and they were heading south.
Did they take all? Did you see any more of them take people south, or?
It's horrible.
What is south of here?
They don't seem to. There's some farms, villages. Depends how far south.
This is a problem for a geographer.
Speaking of which, Barnabus and Aemon are going to fly back to the carriage.
Okay.
And
Where is Amadeus taking his prize?
he's back to that big tower. That
To the keep.
yeah.
Okay. I think Agony is joining up with Cog and Slake and Brennos, who are guarding
And
that.
just to be mean, he like sticks the guy's head right in front of the cannon. Can't lose now, Caddy.
So you climb the side of the building like an ape and jam the body into the warm cannon. I'm sure Thogram's going to have something to say about that. Barnabas returns the carriage. It looks like Sildar. You didn't have to run very far because Sildar apparently knows how to drive horses and had started moving things forward. Whomever is in charge of the defense of the city might have noticed that things were coming through the east gate, because soon you're confronted by a group of soldiers.
Who would be in charge of the town's defenses, or would Brennos not even know? Who's like? You know what? Who the fuck was in charge of the defenses here? I want to speak with them.
Nice.
For a second there, I thought that was a celery. Now I think it's a breadstick.
It is a breadstick.
I was like, oh, Mark's eating celery. That doesn't seem like Mark.
Breadstick.
Halt! Who are you? You can see that there is a line of six guys with muskets, and then most of the others have like pikes. The 6 people with muskets, the 6 people with the pikes, look like they might be trained warriors. The mob of people behind them just look like shopkeepers and who like villagers gathered.
We're the Steelrose Adventurers Guild or something like that. Or what was that, Mark?
The Steelrose Expeditionary League.
The Steelrose Expeditionary League. I'm Brennos, you know me. The fuck's going on here?
The goblins are attacking. The red hand of doom is back. Shut up.
That isn't good. Where do you need us now?
We were sent here to hold Eastgate. We saw that some were slipping through.
Well, consider it fucking held. Where's the problem now?
Is that Thogram up at the castle?
Aye, he's up there raining thunder from the sky.
There's a bunch of the not like the militia are all cheering in Thogram's direction. They're waving their weapons and cheering and.
Aye. Cheer for the fucking gnome.
The gunfire and the goblin arrows cease after the barrage, the impossible barrage from the cannon, and it appears that things are beginning to quiet down. Fire brigades are called to put out the more recent fires, and with your presence, security is.
So if an average cannon fires once every 4 rounds, with all the actions it takes to load and fire, he's 8 cannons. Like it is an entire castle's defense worth of cannons being fired from that rooftop.
Yep. People are quick to draw water from wells and from the river and from stores to put out the fires at the west gate, at the east gate, as well as many of the buildings inside. The fires to the north of the town are just left to burn out on their own.
Is there anybody?
You demanding who's in charge? They point you in the direction of go to the Brindall market. The colonel's there.
Alright, we want to have a word with the colonel. Okay, we'll start heading that way.
Okay.
Oi, fancy pants! Time to meet the colonel.
Lead the way.
Alright, so you're bringing your whole caravan inside?
Yeah, we'll bring the caravan inside.
Okay, Agony will hang off the back again. You want us to stay here and guard the east gate?
Hey, guard the east gate.
He looks at
Maybe this way goblins will run into you.
What's that supposed to mean?
No time. Go off to the market.
We saved Barnabus some teeth there.
Right, you ride past the Brindall College, which is part of the Academy of Magic.
Bunch of fucking nerds live there. You're muted, Mark.
You ride past.
Live there.
You ride past what looks like a card house named Ilya's Card House, and then the Brindall Academy, which is more like a school as opposed to a place to train wizards or arcane casters. There is
skilled nerds live there.
There is a woman that is commanding what looks like a small group of manticore mercenaries that is guarding a shop. It looks like there are some townsfolk that are pouring water on the Red Magic and Sundry's magic shop, even though it's not on fire. Like there's somebody up on the roof using a wand to dump buckets of water onto the top of the building.
I don't trust that token.
You have bought and sold magic items with this woman before.
Okay.
She gives you a nod. She recognizes clients that do thousands of gold pieces.
Now,
worth of...
when you make a purchase or a sale, does she do this?
She does have a very sinister look to her, right?
Yeah, it's one of those. All right, if we were here just adventuring normally, we would be rolling so many sense motive checks. Like, are you sure about that? Okay, I want to walk up to. All right, which one's the colonel? That guy. That guy looks like.
Okay, there is a very rotund man in a fading imperial an imperial officer's uniform, like part of the Imperial Legion. He's got a bunch of medals and shit on him. He does look sweaty. There are people coming to and fro. There are a couple of guys that stop you, but you're now within earshot of the colonel.
Oi, Colonel. What are we supposed to be doing here?
Who are you? Are you with the Dwarven delegation?
You could say that. I'm Brennos.
He nods, whether he knows you or not. Do you know who's up in that castle up there? They said some...
Ebby Thogram. He's with us.
He's with the Dwarven delegation. He looks over his shoulder, and you notice that there are 2 dwarves with a group of concerned citizenry that have their weapons out, and they're standing amongst others. One of them is Lord Clegor Dverak, and the other is his man-at-arms, Sir Defrin Silverhammer.
Sunny's over there going, I smell ancient mysteries. He doesn't leave from where he is. He just...
There is a balding, pockmarked-faced, scheming-looking priest in ostentatious robes.
You're just bald. Shave it off.
There's a strange-looking half-elf with a bow that is wearing a helmet that looks like, not only does it look like a ram or a deer's head, but the deer's head looks like the deer is still alive, like its eyes are moving around and looking. And there's a literal vegetable creature. It has wings that is flapping. It comes flapping around and actually like reports to the mayor. Like it says something into his ears. Excellent, excellent. It appears that the goblins have left. They're fleeing the battle. As I predicted, they would not make their way across the bridge.
The ones that go south.
It appears they are running as well. He says, and he just points off at the...
Hey, fancy pants! Help! He says that in Dwarvish. I think you spoke Dwarvish before?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's shouting for fancy pants in Dwarvish.
All right.
There is a group of people that are coming over. This woman with very loud headdress. She looks elven. She actually is now talking to the flying plant creature.
Lord Dverak, we have news. We should speak afterwards in Dwarvish.
Ah, yes. Good Brennos of the Dwarven gods. It is gold to see you. Gold, I say. Platinum,
Very
even.
gold indeed.
Platinum! Platinum is reserved for the man on the tower who scared all the goblins away. We did our part, Lord Dverak. We have more than enough muskets here in Brindle to defend ourselves against this goblin mob. It's the fact that they were brave enough to actually come to our gates that it should be of concern. Nonsense! The people of Brindle have bravery stout as a dwarf, and their aim true as an elf. We didn't stop the Red Hand the first time without such bravery. This bravery still is amongst the people of Brindle. Today is proof of that.
That's nice. All right.
He's
Thogram
like,
flies down at this
Yeah.
point, I guess.
Brennos is like looking back. I'm going to violate one of the rules.
So,
I'm sorry to interrupt, Lord Mayor, but we spotted manticores. They were carrying people off, kidnapping people, sir, goblin napping them.
yes. Now, allow me to introduce myself, if they haven't. My name is Thogram.
Well, how did Thogram get down from the castle?
I can fly.
So you just left your cannon, or did you...
I cast Shrink on it.
Okay.
Whoop.
Amadeus isn't approaching till Thogram goes with him.
All right.
He'll fly with you, and he'll carry the war captain.
All right. Oh!
Apologies for the delay.
An excellent display there, Thogram. Truly, you must be a student of the Castellan himself.
Yes. I've been training myself with the cannons.
Have you now? Have
yes.
you?
I just should let you know that many of the citizens have been carried off by these flying creatures, I believe the manticores.
Yes,
South-
we've been fighting for hours before you arrived. I will take a quick rest. If you wouldn't mind, Huntmaster, could you take an accounting of the damage and the people who are missing from our fair town? We will not let these goblin bastards keep them for long. Until then, I need a nice glass of sherry and a bath.
In Dwarvish, and not very loud.
Yep.
Does he know what the fuck he's doing?
There is a look not from Lord Dverak, who's just listening to the mayor, but Sir Deferin's like...
Kate Brennos nods.
Ah, yes. Thogram.
Oh, it's the five-headed.
Yep.
Yeah.
The priest comes over. We are very appreciative of your defense of our town. Perhaps, Colonel, we should meet with this Thogram and his friends later. Yes. Perhaps we should invite them to dinner. Bet you each might do well, Bishop. Yes, you and your friends are invited to dinner this evening. It may not be a dwarven table, but I'm sure we'll rustle up something good enough for you to eat.
What time of the day is it?
You guys have been traveling for most of the day, so it's late in the day.
Okay, so it's
like 3-4 in the afternoon.
Yeah. He looks around, and the missing citizens.
The Huntmaster and Leaf go off to figure out who's missing.
Yeah. If there's any dwarves missing, we're not waiting to leave in.
As Leaf flies by, it's looking at Sunny. I don't know if Sunny's in bat form or if he's in Sunny form.
Sunny's over there in human form.
It's kind of curiosity. The little creature has something to do, but it's flying off.
Sunny will give him like a little hello.
Yeah, it waves backwards. Maybe it takes one to know one. Druids, that is.
Looks like you've had one hell of a night.
Indeed we have. Oh, pig
We
iron
shall-
of a night, says Lord Clegor. It's one thing, Brennos, about him. He seems to describe things.
Everything is a metal.
Everything is a metal. Yeah.
Everything is a metal.
Hopefully we will meet for dinner then.
I'm going to return to the academy, Colonel. My apprentices and I will need some rest. Yes. Your magic was very, very useful. An excellent display. Get your rest, and expect the wizards on the front line tomorrow.
If we play our cards right, perhaps we won't even have tomorrow for them.
Why would we want wizards on the front line?
Back of the line is where they should be, but...
All right.
Yep.
The bishop nods to all of you and toodles off after the colonel, who has a carriage take him back to the castle.
What the fuck happened?
Well,
like
my short-legged friend, we got to the guy to do everything up.
from what I could see.
I mean, last night. I mean, why are people here? Why are the fucking goblins here? Why is that shite on fire?
Lord Dverak looks to Brennos, looks to Thogram, and then looks curiously at Barnabus.
This is
He's a friend of ours,
Barnabus. He's
a professor.
Barnabus
close for him
hands
apparently.
him the job offer. I believe we have some business to discuss, but under the circumstances, I certainly understand if you'd like to take a bit of a button check.
We have been out here since early this morning when the goblins first arrived.
We also brought back Sildar and Gundren.
Oh, you
We're
found
looking
them.
we're looking for the two missing brothers as well. Eh?
Okay.
You might know where they might have gone.
Excellent, excellent. We will make sure that we're at this dinner with the colonel.
Indeed. Where are the defenses for the city?
A bunch of people were taken south. And do we know where they're going at all? Or is it simply...
If we know what the purpose of these kidnappings are, abductions, we might want to make haste. Their lives might be in danger.
They're taking randomly.
But why?
They might just be hungry.
Or sacrifice. We might have to make haste. Dinner might have to wait.
These fellows that rescued both Gundren and I rescued us from two separate goblin holes. One an actual goblin hole, the other an old castle, Cragmaw. That does not bode well, my lord. Less than copper. There are too many goblins. Where are they coming from? Things to consider. We should probably not panic these good people out on the street. Let us meet tonight for dinner. Hear what the colonel has to say. I wish we met under better circumstances, he says to Barnabas.
As do I. Perhaps you could direct us to a fine inn where we can rest our sore backs.
I think there are some inns. I'm reading through the...
A proper inn, right? One where we can be together as a family.
Yeah, a wall or two is not going to kill anyone.
Red Door Inn wasn't bad until it was filled with a bunch of goblin arrows. It's this building over here.
We'll take it.
You may want to try the Brindall Gentlemen's Club.
Where might that be?
South of the Hall of Valor.
Mark is looking. Oh, there we go. That sounds like a fine place to stay, given that I am a gentleman and all.
They've got good Denavaran whiskey there.
Whiskey.
Good tobacco. Silver. Gold, even.
Sounds like my sort of place.
Sir Defron is definitely eyeing up Aemon. When you turn to go, you notice that he raises his hand, but Lord Dverak pushes his hand down quickly.
Hey, what do I do with this guy? Amadeus just throws the goblin down.
They notice you have a prisoner. We extract information, says Aemon.
Yes. Bring him along.
There's a place sort of thing. And it's generally not an inn.
I've got a rope trick for that. Not good.
He shrugs and
What's happening with prisoner?
They're going to torture him in a rope trick.
Okay.
Or extract information in a rope trick, however you want to phrase it.
Question him.
Amadeus has maxed out heal ranks, and he has not used them for healing in a while.
Okay.
You hear him muttering to the prisoner quietly that he'll be praying, whether he likes it or not, he'll be praying to his goddess tonight.
The dwarves and Sildar seem to be talking, like they haven't met in a while, so they seem to be catching up on what has happened. Brennos, what are you doing?
I'm walking over to the merchants who seem competent, like the second, perhaps most competent people here, and going, so anything else you want to add to the problem?
I'm sorry, Brennos. What was that? She says.
Well, I assumed you have a unique perspective on what happened here.
Well, I'm going to have to replace a few shingles, she says.
That shouldn't be too costly.
No. No, thankfully the goblin arrows weren't reaching very far. They were regular goblins with short bows. I doubt a magic item to rub between them in all of that group that was up there. Now, those flyers that were around there, I see a few of them were down. I imagine a few of their things will end up in my shop eventually.
Aye, we brought some goodies. There's certainly some trade to be done.
Excellent. I look forward to appraising your goods, Brennos. She smiles and writes something in the book. Would you like to make an appointment now, or?
Aye, we'll be having a talking with yous in the morning.
Okay, she writes something down. She reaches into a pouch and it's basically salt onto the book. She then closes the book. She turns around. You can come down now. Quit wasting the charges of the wand. I believe the fighting is over. Yes, ma'am.
If you had a priest friend, they could do it for free. Walking off.
Okay, she takes out another notebook and she makes a note.
It's cheaper to I need a first level priest to put on the roof and cast. Your job is create water.
Right.
How about you? Okay. So.
All right.
The Red Door Inn would have been like taking the brunt of the attack. So if we wanted more privacy, it would be there, and if you want something with more stuff, it would be the Gentleman's Club.
Yeah, the Red Door Inn is this number 6. It took some of the goblin arrows, although it looks structurally sound.
Does it still have people in it?
Yeah, you can go there, and you do see there's still a proprietor. Probably people were frightened away from the inn, but so it's empty.
Yep. Okay. Fancy Pants can pick if he wants a club or an inn. Mark,
Let's clean up. Let's clean up our rest.
Would you prefer?
Barnabus will look at the Red Door Inn.
Yeah, it's got a painted red door.
It's either really just dedicated to its name, or it's a fucking whorehouse.
It's a serviceable inn. You've been in better. You've been in worse.
Yeah, you know what? We're not living in poverty here. Let's treat ourselves, shall we?
All right.
Besides, reputation.
You've been on the road for a while.
Deserve a few luxuries. Yeah, we'll go to the Gentleman's Club.
Okay.
Do they let? Does the Gentlemen's Club let Mistra into the building proper?
Probably not.
No.
Okay, Sunny sleeps in the stable.
The Gentleman's Club also doesn't have a stable.
Okay, that. Where do you stable things?
Yeah, you end
Where
up
does the cart
finding a stable somewhere over here.
Okay.
Okay, Sunny's hanging out at the stables.
We will know where to find you.
Okay, we'll call this
Bed for you if you want it.
Brindlestone Stables.
Also, if you want to use your rope trick to do gory things, this might be the right place. We might keep the prisoner here, but it's up to you guys.
Yeah, Amadeus will stay behind to get the. Yeah, maybe we'll do that here.
The dwarves say that they'll meet you later. They seem to be going to the Prospectors Guild House, which was mentioned in Barnabas's job offer letter. Who's staying behind at the stable?
Sunny.
Amadeus will stay behind with the prisoner.
Okay.
Cog will stay behind.
I'll get us room.
Cog gets Laker still at the main gate. We're bringing him. We call him in.
Guarding the main gate. Cog.
Yep.
Are you just gonna stay there?
Oh, we're still guarding the main gate?
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly who are we supposed to let in? And who are we not supposed to let in? We're supposed to be procedures for this, aren't
the
there?
12 guards that remain behind, the militia eventually begins to scatter when the fighting is over. No one, for now. We question anyone that comes to the gate but what the business is.
All right.
Slake's going to introduce the new question. Do you know magic?
Magic for your city. Okay.
That's fine.
I bought magic here last week. Nope.
Cog, there's something very familiar about the skyline of Brindol. No, it's not the skyline. It's the topography of Brindol. You have a vision of Brindol when it was just a Mott and Bailey keep made out of wood sitting atop this hill next to the river.
Well, things have changed.
What?
Busy bees. Nothing. I've been here before. Before this. This was just a bunch of little small tower. Not much beyond that. Built an entire city out of it. Busy. Little bees.
Yeah, if you say so. They sure have a hard time with goblins. I hate to see if something really tough showed up.
The defense of the city was quite pathetic. What the hell is their army?
Wow, we saw a lot of the army in Denevar.
Yeah, but you still need soldiers in the city.
Well, there's these 12 guys.
12.
Well, there are others too up by the bridges, looks like.
No, need more. Very poorly defended. I would say management needs a wake-up call? Something. Not a job. Someone should get fired.
Alright, just let me know who you need me to punch in their nose. Or take some teeth. Ha ha!
Oh well.
Fucking magic, you guys get into all the fighting before I do.
Well. Hey, I was with you.
Yeah.
But my speed doesn't come from magic. It comes from training. Never 60 moves. That's from Monk.
Oh, we'll do what those dwarves want for a while because we need them to owe us a favor when we go up to that fortress and say hello to those wizards.
First, we're going to go and reclaim your home.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go up and say hello to those wizards.
Break some dwarven faces. Cowards.
Yep, there's a lot of anger inside. Just keep it in there. We'll use it later.
You'll get there one day. Sure, when we find a bunch of elven daisies trampled, you'll get angry.
Oh, I have limits, of course.
Yeah. Remember what Sunny said about those people that got attacked at Steelrose? Their souls were fucking missing.
Yeah. Glad I've got this little thing inside to keep me protected.
Well, Taylor's soul was gone too. They seem to know what they're looking for.
Yeah. They were after her for sure. Fuckers. Fucking wizards.
That's right. Alright, 2 constructs. Don't see much action standing out that
He
night.
He scratches on the outside of the wall. No magic allowed.
Alright, team, we've got a prisoner. Who is dealing with the prisoner?
Thogram didn't cast the
Sunny will heal on
Barnabus is not going to deal with the prisoner, but he does. If you have any problems or if he's stubborn, come get me. I can be persuasive.
Well, are we just talking to the fucking guy?
Well, I think it's best if we can just talk to him, get the information out. Torture does not lead to good. It's not a good path.
There's nothing wrong with the pain.
There's nothing wrong with the pain.
Inflicting it or receiving it. It's part of life.
Anybody have magics that will help with this? My magics are more.
I can be very persuasive.
Agony shrugs.
Damn
He doesn't seem to have a strong opinion on the matter.
Alright, well, we'll leave it to you lot. We'll get settled at the club. Make sure you got rooms, and he looks at the lot of them. Somewhere to clean up.
Aemon seemed disappointed that you didn't want to go interrogate the prisoner.
Who?
Aemon.
Aemon.
I got fucking things to do. Fuck off.
Okay. Alright, so I get Discern Lies as a spell-like ability.
Cool.
So I am an Inquisitor. I can inquisit. I can be inquisitive about things. Basically, I get 9 rounds of Discern Lies. Additionally, can be very persuasive in terms of I have a very high intimidate. So I can be very threatening is probably the better way to phrase it.
Okay.
So I think it's to wake him up and yell at him until he says the things we want him to say.
Do you speak Goblin?
I don't speak Goblin. I speak Common. So
This might be where this group fails. I don't know, because Amadeus doesn't speak Goblin.
Yep.
Thogram?
Tell me what you know.
Thogram does, but Thogram is going with Barnabus to the. He doesn't want to interrogate. He's going with Barnabus to the.
He's a nice guy.
The inn.
He's a captain. He probably speaks Goblin.
Yeah, that's my thought. That's my thought process there. And
Let me check to see if Agony speaks Goblin. Did he pick up Goblin?
If their captain doesn't speak English, it's fine. Or English, common.
Agony speaks Imperial Common, Draconic, and Sylvan.
So, give us a second. This is a stupid problem to have.
Tongues? Do you have tongues? Barnabus speaks Goblin. I'm sure someone else. The Thogram does too.
So,
The ones that can speak Goblin are not here.
Ah! I just saw the token for Tate the bartender. I love it. Nice. That's funny.
We'll get to Tate in a moment.
Yeah.
what's happened to his eye?
He's winking.
That's not a wink. All right.
Damn, Claire does spell Barnabas. Damn it.
So, give me a second. Just checking to see if we have something just floating around in the consumable list. Nope. So Sunny has the common, and it's a very short. It's very short. If it doesn't speak common or dwarvish. Just checking to see if it's.
All right, so you've got him tied up in rope. He's actually awake still. He's just not able to free himself from. What's the DC to break the bonds?
30.
Yeah, he's just not. He's strong. He's just not strong enough to break the bonds of the bloodvine rope that Amadeus wrapped up in him, around him. But he's awake. Like you dragged him around town and you deposited him into a bunch of dirty hay at the far end of a empty stable.
Barnabas will free his, or let his mouth go free so he can speak.
Barnabas or Amadeus?
Sorry, Amadeus.
Okay. He shoots an angry look at Amadeus.
Sunny's not in the trek. Like he's not involved with this. He's just in that building. Do you speak common?
He looks at you when you talk to him. He nods.
Right then. Where are you taking the people?
What people?
Amadeus hurts him a little bit.
Are we using heal the torture?
Yeah, the heal. The heal. In an hour, he will take his level in non-lethal damage.
Whose level? His own or?
His own level, yeah. But he's hurting.
Okay, you want to give me a heal check?
I automatically make the DC for this particular thing.
He's that good.
Okay, and then there's a -1 morale check for each hour, and this would apply to intimidate. Like you could wear someone down and then scare them. All right, so Amadeus.
He's just sticking his thumbs in like nerve clusters.
If you wait for a while, finally there's some. You torture the war captain Hobgoblin, who was kidnapping people in the goodly town of Brindall.
Yeah, he actually has a kit for this, which is probably disturbing to some people.
It's pink and has like roses and suns.
Bunny rabbits on
It's
it.
like, oh, what's this? Oh shit.
Dee Dee found this one. So what we're trying to get, it's basically there's yelling, but we're trying to get what are they coming for? Like what are they attacking for?
And where are they taking the people?
Where are they taking the people are the two things of most concern.
All right, so you wear him down a little bit. You basically show him what he's in store for, what he has in store if he doesn't start talking, and then Brennos is intimidate.
Okay.
And Amadeus, you have to help. Agony, I
Okay.
believe, automatically helps. Agony is wearing a very impressive looking helmet. Give me a second. The Helm of Fiery Mane. The helm makes the wearer's hair and weapons appear fiery. So some of Agony's horns actually appear like they're on fire for this. And he automatically aids the Intimidate. He's got a plus 19 on Intimidate.
Okay.
I can't hurt, so at least I.
Okay, without 28.
Okay.
Anything major running.
Pain and brutality appears to be the right language to talk to this creature. He wants to make a deal.
Alright, what you want?
You let me go. You can take my weapon. I will fight for that bastard no more. Stupid raid. Stupid purpose.
Alright.
You let me go. I tell you what you want to know. Deal? And he...
Yeah, deal for me. I'm gonna brand him.
With a spell, or?
With a spell called brand.
Okay. What's the brand mean?
It is a magical it is a magical mark that is no more than 6 characters that can't be hidden or scraped away. That lasts for almost a little over a week.
And what does the brand say?
It will say the dwarvish term for like POW, like prisoner.
Basically, yeah, like captive of war kind of thing.
Captive of war.
And this goes in a highly visible place.
It goes in a highly visible place, typically head or forearm, is as per the spell's description.
All right, so it's in his forehead.
Forehead.
Down his forehead. Yep.
Ah! You're shaman, aren't you? There's even more fear now that you're an enemy shaman.
I am a shaman. We're gonna cut a little bit of hair, put it in a little pouch.
Okay. He's terrified of being in. Well, not only because of there's a dragon man, an enemy priest that has power of enemy gods, and then hunchback of torture dame.
Oh my god. That is what he is.
Yeah, okay. And you've made a deal. He will tell you what you want to know, and he if you'll let him go. And with the brand, you brand me, I will not be able to go back.
Aye. And if you went back, I'd have to find you. And if I have to find you, I'll be very displeased.
Besides, you don't want to go back, because that's where we're going.
You go to Sinruth?
Sinruth.
Sinruth, my captain. Was captain. He order attack. He think he's big chief. He thinks that he's new Red Hand. Red Hand. He is not. Sinruth is good fighter. He can kill any who stand against him, one-on-one. But he send us here for stupid things.
Why are you here?
Gather up people to feed to his unliving pets. He found them in old ruin, human ruin.
That is south of here. What describe the ruin?
It's called Riven Roar. It's big, crypt underground. Humans, funny. They make big mess of things underground. Leave it behind. No more castle, no more manor, Rivenroar, dungeon. Sinruth down there, go fight him. Go get your vengeance, human, dwarf. Dragon. Sinruth thinks he's Red Hand. He talk about Red Hand, rise up. Many goblins fooled by him. Then we go on stupid raid. He want trinket from old war. He want people captured.
Which trinket from old war?
We send our sneak thieves into that hole of valor, to steal things hanging on walls. Old stuff from old war. When
tapestries or weapons?
Broken stuff. Stuff that mocks goblins about their loss. Stuff from war. Stuff from long ago, dwarf. We know not. We just grab everything that we can.
Okay, we'll cut his bonds.
Oh, you could have cut the rope. It's like, hey, this is expensive.
Okay, so you
Amadeus unties him.
Yeah, you untie him.
Carefully unties him with the coils of the rope.
Doors cost for crying out loud.
We never should see ye again.
Sinruth come from over mountains. You best be careful, dwarf. Human. Dragon. Many goblins. Many goblins get angry. Tribes have grown. But he ain't no Red Hand. He no leader to unite tribe.
Go. Find goblin woman. Make new goblin tribe.
He eyes the two of you and is slinking away.
Oh. Brennos is gonna walk over to the bloody Great Hall of Valor and start an investigation of what the hell were they.
Yeah, you can see him approaching the wall from this side. There are steps that lead up to the wall, so you could fire down upon intruder. Like he looks like he's going
I'm
to
certain
just pop over.
he can make the jump.
Yep.
Skitter away.
See him go over. Oh, my legs!
It'll be like the start of that Parks and Rec.
Yeah, that's right. That's the start.
Okay, we're gonna head to the halls of the Hall of Great Valor to see what the hell has been stolen there.
Yeah, Amadeus will join you.
Okay. So you go to the Hall of Great Valor, and you do find that the great doors to the hall are slightly ajar. You see a clerk that looks like he died from a goblin arrow, or maybe a hobgoblin, like a black-fletched arrow. And then you go into the hall, and you can see some broken statuary, and it does look like places where maybe banners and shields might have been hung. There are a couple of display cases with glass that looks like they've been smashed. There is a dead goblin, like next to one of the smashed display cases, probably set off some sort of fiery trap by the mysterious burns that it had. And there are things missing, and there is no one in the Great Hall that comes to talk to you while you're standing there. It looks like a place of ceremony. It's almost built like it should be a church, but maybe it's more of a cenotaph, a monument perhaps to the war against the hobgoblin hordes of 100 years ago, against the Red Hand of Doom. It looks like things were hastily grabbed and carried off.
We're going to
there's some blood on the ground, suggesting that there was a fight.
Try to like track or figure out what the forces were inside this building.
Sure.
Okay. 30.
Half a dozen hobgoblins. You also see signs of some manticore fur just outside the building.
Okay.
That one of the manticore like convoys of people, or maybe they put the treasure on the manticore, might have already flown off.
Okay, we're gonna pick up the manticore fur and we're gonna find ourselves a druid.
Okay, so you gather up some manticore fur with your 30. Damn it! All right. That's awesome.
Gather around, children. We're going to scry on a manticore.
That's cool. Brennos, this hall is the hall that you saw in your vision this morning.
I know, Abathar. You warned me. We'll get back.
It is no coincidence, we shall say, that the two greediest people in your new party of friends are standing with you in the shadows looking at what was taken. There is a certain gleam from Agony's scales that reminds you of the red jewel upon Abathor's a dagger, and then Amadeus, the way he's standing kind of almost like leaning over towards an altar here. While it's not an altar of Abathor, you know that in Abathor, from Abathor's perspective,
it could be.
It could be. What are these things? There are still some old banners, things that were torn down but ruined when they were torn down. And you can see like an old
tapestries of the old wars, old weapons and the relics of a day past. The Red Hand, Goblin Wars, coming back.
Anything of value?
Aye. More than just cultural.
There is a beautiful fresco that was painted along the wall that dominates one arc of the interior of the main hall, and it does show the red hand of doom goblinoid army crashing against knights and brave fellows, dwarves, elves, and humans all standing together. Griffins flying in the air, fighting manticores. Like it is a spectacular
it took the power
painting.
of all three to come together. This is a symbol of that. Even if the humans are fat and stupid, and the elves are weak and few in number.
This one's not.
Could have fooled me with the bit about being human, though.
They're talking about you right beside you, Amadeus.
You know I still have rope, right?
I know you got rope. You know you would look good with a beard.
Doesn't matter. I don't look good with anything anymore. So how much, what do you think was taken?
The valuables were taken from there. Yeah, Agony wanders over to like the broken glass things. One of the cases was about 5 feet long, and there was another case that was more square and tall than flat. Who knows what was in here?
Well, we're just gonna have to find out, aren't we?
Brennos, have you ever been in this building before? Probably not.
Didn't know it was here. I don't wander outside my own kind that much. When I go on vacation, I go to dwarven restaurants.
They didn't label things very well here, in fact, at all. There was probably somebody here that would tell
ask the cleric.
Yeah, that would tell the story. The guy who died because of an arrow looked way too young to be a storyteller.
They probably took the cleric with them, to be perfectly honest.
We should find out who that is.
Hey, we should. Also, where they went.
You wouldn't have a problem if we recovered some of these things and, well, the really valuable ones just never got returned.
Weapons should be put to use.
It's called a finder's fee. We're a league, right?
Aye, we're a league.
And we find things on our expeditions. So
Good.
probably keep a lot of that stuff.
This isn't Dwarvish Hall of Valor. This is a.
It's a Hall of Valor. There are like
There's
paintings
dwarvish
of
stuff in
dwarves,
here.
and dwarves
Yeah.
did play a part. Okay, Fancy Pants and Thogram go to Brindle's Gentleman Club. It's got a barber, like almost like a quasi-modern barber shop. There's a bar, some beautiful leather chairs with cigar boxes next to them. There's a
Barnabus just inhales the place.
Yep.
There we go.
leather shaving cream and tobacco smell. Perhaps a tad of there's probably some smokiness from a fireplace.
All right, he walks into the place.
Excellent place. Good recommendation.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's as if there was no siege at all. There's just this calm, well-dressed barber in very, very clean clothes. He throws Thogram a wink.
How you doing?
Good afternoon. This particular establishment was recommended to us.
Ah, yes, we cater to both men and dwarves. Elves, when they do visit, your kind as well. He just says to Aemon, not rude enough to take a guess.
Okay. That's great. You have rooms.
We've got a single suite available. It's big enough for the lot of you.
Yeah, there's 9 of us actually.
9? It's a bit much.
I was hoping for 3 rooms to 3, to be honest.
This isn't an inn, friend.
It was recommended as one, strangely. All right, so
We do have a suite. Single suite.
how much is the suite?
It'll be 10 imperial gold doubloons per night, sir.
All right, well, we will take the suite. I don't know where you're staying, Thogram.
Thought was about to say something, but I was like,
Is he a god?
Oh, the little one, no, he's just carries around the guns. This was my goal.
No, yeah, he was making reference to Aemon. All right, there's a fancy chaise just outside the suite. You could rest your buttocks there. As for you, sir, well, would you like a drink?
Yes, I would, and like a trim as well.
Okay.
He sits his ass in the barber chair.
Yep.
Do you have any cognac?
Tate the barber does reach for some cognac, and he pours you a glass.
He's a good lad.
He looks to Thogram. What does Thogram want?
is there a Is there a place to freshen up here?
There's
The whole place is to freshen up.
Excellent, then. I'll wait for my turn for a quick trim as well. You know how I always like it.
You
Nice
know,
angled corners right at the tips.
Brennos is just going to call you gnome small, right?
He's an ass.
Yeah, he's a bit aggressive. I don't like it.
Would you like something
But
to
my-
drink to relax yourself while you wait your turn?
Let's see. Like a good whiskey.
Okay. He pours you some drinks. He gives you drinks. He gets you guys seated. He turns to Aemon to see if
Shaken, not stirred.
you want your whiskey shaken. He says.
Well, yeah, I don't remember what the drink was exactly, but I had to say.
He pours it into a funny shaker and shakes it a little bit.
Ah, excellent.
I mean, why don't you take a load off, get a drink?
No, thank
It's
you.
on me.
I don't remember what the drink was.
I'll wait here. He sits down at the bar, kind of backwards, like his
Alright,
back against the bar, and just sits and waits, leaning on his trident. Suit yourself. Tate the barber gives you guys a quick haircut and a beard trim, apparently. Had a lot of ruckus next door.
Yeah, well, your city was invaded, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we have goblin troubles from now and then. This one was a big one. Big dust up.
Yeah, a bunch of kidnappings. It was unfortunate.
Oh. Hopefully no one important.
Oh. Who knows? Seems it was all at random. At least from what I've heard.
Well, either the goblins don't know that I've got the best liquor in town, or they're too afraid to step foot in here.
No, what would that be?
I would have snipped their top knots off.
Right. Note to self. Check this place for traps.
Alright,
Would you
Tate.
like your kidney trimmed, sir?
Tate seems to be a good. I don't know. It's he does a good job with your haircuts, and you have drinks that you like. He seems very very accommodating. We're gonna say that for the next 24 hours, he does such a good job that you've got a +1 circumstance bonus to any charisma-based skill because of how relaxed and trimmed you guys look.
How dapper you
Yeah.
are.
Ah,
All right. Sounds good to
Vesper
me.
Martini.
Yes,
Yeah,
shake-
that one is
that's
shaken.
the one you shake, yeah.
Sorry, the cannons messed me up this morning.
Cannon fire, was that you?
Ah, yes, indeed.
I heard a bunch of it going off. Nothing hit our shop, so
Well, you're not my rival. I mean, there was no attacks here.
he laughs at your jokes. He just seems to
Getting money.
be worth every copper you spend.
How much does it cost?
For 2 rounds of drinks, the night, and 2 haircuts, you probably end up spending 100 gold.
All right. Well. Well. Okay. So that's 90.
Because you're going into the group fund, yes?
Yeah. No, it's my fucking room. Let's be clear on that.
Your share, you're estimating, is about 80 gold.
My share.
Yeah.
80
Barnabus
gold.
likes to drink, and
So
Oh,
Barnabas
Look at you
spends.
now, hanging out with the fancy pants. And now, oh no, we got a big bill. Too good for the barn, are you? Fucking noob.
all right, so Brennos comes in. There's a group.
Barnabas,
There's a
Barnabas spends 100 with the tip.
Okay, a group of much more muddier, grubbier people come in. Tate tries to be polite to them, but it's obvious they're here to see Thogram and Barnabas and ruin your relaxing evening.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Fuck did you do to your eyebrows? They were just starting to curl over like they're supposed to.
Now get in the way. Now I can aim down the sights properly. Always fucking flipping up over here.
We know
Get
where
my
they
eyes.
are. And they've stolen weapons. He's holding up a little tuft of fur.
I just tipped Tate 20 gold, so I'm assuming there's going to be some discretion.
Yeah, Tate is tending to the bar and pretending not to notice the hunchback, the dragon man, and the dirty dwarf that have walked into his pristine
So you
establishment.
got information from the captive,
Aye, we found out what they're really after.
and what's
Yeah.
that?
Well, they're taking the people to sacrifice to undead goonies in a dungeon. South of here.
Sacrifice. For fuck's sakes, I knew we had to go.
So,
What kind of undead ghoulies?
didn't see them, but they're in the living room.
Did you ask for a description?
Of course I did. Didn't ask for shit. And part of it was, Ahmed's like, ask for a description. No.
No.
Ribbon,
All
Rob.
right, so
That's
give
an-
me that.
that's
All right.
That's an old noble family, says Tate. He goes back to tending his bar.
Knowledge nobility.
Sure.
I'm guessing I actually have knowledge nobility, so I have a few ranks in it too. So he'll take 10, get 36 plus 1d6. With aid from his bird, it's 44. Plus any other help.
Yeah, the Ribbon Roars was the name of a minor imperial family that probably went into decline after the local battles with the Red Hand of Doom. They probably simply lost too many people to continue their family line. But at a time, they were very rich and influential in this region. They were made up of several smaller families, as noble families intermarry. They are probably like in the grand scheme of things, an enterprising merchant family that achieved minor noble imperial status and then died out because of war.
Okay.
But yeah, it makes sense. The Ribbon Wars were in this region.
All right, that makes sense.
They came to rob. Looking over. They came to rob old artifacts and steal people.
It's well, the latter's not up my alley, but I respect the first part.
Old artifacts. You probably want to speak to Sir Tanyan. He's the
Does he tend to howl?
yes, the Great Hall of Valor. He's the historian there.
Didn't see him in there. Where would it be?
The old man pretty much lives there.
Maybe
there's gonna
he
be
was taken.
Hey,
He comes by once every 6 months for a haircut.
who needs a haircut every 6 months?
The old man.
I'll get like 3.
He's monkish. Is what he says with a wink and goes back to his glassware.
You didn't happen to do that rat's nest on the bishop, these?
Bishop is a regular customer of mine. He says nothing more.
Exactly. I do what I paid for. They pay me to do a thing, I do the thing. And
Garbage in, garbage out.
garbage in, garbage out. Exactly. I work with what I'm given.
I'm not.
Now, do you have a scry ready? You? Oh, in the morning, we need a scry on it. And then we'll know where to go, and then you can take us there, and we can bop them.
Damn it.
Did he say who their leader was?
Hey, it's a Sinruth. Thinks he's a new Red Hand of Doom. Some sort of fighter guy. Stabs people.
Knowledge local, perhaps?
Yeah, this one's going to be hard because this is recent. So,
Then I will take 20.
Would it be possible to know the information?
Yeah, you can say you just don't know. I accept that just because I have bardic knowledge doesn't mean I can know everything.
Such a funny way to put it, Mark.
Well,
I know.
You recall the name Sinruth from two things that happened recently. One of the goblins, you think it was the bugbear during the attack, he actually yelled the name Sinruth before he attacked.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then when you were passing through the lands between Cragmaw Castle and Brindol, you actually saw scrawled on a tree Sinruth. It was spelled really poorly, and there was like a chiseled hand in the tree. It was just, random things that you picked up.
Did I have to use my 20 for that?
Yes.
Okay.
You're pretty sure whatever goblin you're talking about has at least inspired some goblins to act uppity.
We've seen evidence of this in Ruth throughout our travels. It's certainly worth putting down, but not for free. He buys you guys like quit being heroes. Act like it, don't be it. It's what he's saying. Do keep in mind our services are worth something.
Well, we'll figure out how to get it done. You figure out how to get us paid.
Right.
He reaches over and grabs like the glass with just like the ice cubes in it. He takes your ice cubes.
Just a fucking scavenger, aren't you?
Ah, Lord Dverak, welcome back. Yeah, Tate. So Defrin just nods. The usual? Yeah, I'll have one before we go and spend some time with the Colonel. His ideas are silver. He pours a drink for the Lord Dverak. He offers to Sir Defrin. He just gets a no from Sir Defrin. He does not push the issue.
Brennos is gonna put the the fur in a baggie, or not in a baggie, but in like a little pouch, and
Does Barnabus knowledge local this dwarf, I guess, Defrin Silverhammer? Like obviously he's his protector, but why did he?
What is he?
Yeah.
dunk.
I'm guessing he's name level.
Sir Defrin Silverhammer? Sure, give me a knowledge religion.
Religion, okay. I will take 10 on the knowledge religion. Plus help. 46.
There are signs that Sir Defrin Silverhammer is a paladin of Moradin.
Okay. Lord Dverak. Sir Defrin. We are humbled by your presence.
It is good to finally meet you. I expected you here sooner.
Yes, well, there were some issues, with your men, to be honest, waylaid by goblins on the road.
Yeah, they certainly are. They certainly are something as of late. I hear reports of even huge hordes of them on the march down south. They're all over Volcanica.
Yeah, well, there's one in particular in the north that's got them all riled up.
Oh?
Even responsible for the capture of your men.
You mean Sildar and Rockseeker?
Yeah, him.
Who might this be? Turns around with his drink.
Who's he pointing to?
No, as in who might be the person.
Who is the guy you're referring to?
Oh.
I know who it is. And you dropped all the clues, and then like, well, who is it? And you're like, what are you talking about?
I'm Sinruth.
Sinruth.
Oh, he's relatively recent. Otherwise, I'd know more about him.
Not that I spend much time with any goblin chiefs, but I don't recognize this name. So definitely just doesn't seem to know.
You will.
Trying to be the red hand. That's what I think he is. Delusions of grandeur.
Yeah. I suppose this goblin business will be in the way of our real business.
Oh, it's up to you. We can certainly help with this goblin business, but...
Sunny is in the stable. My ear hurts. Mistra. That's better. Feel like I'm forgetting something. Okay, back to the barbershop.
You were invited to dinner at the castle, so
yeah, which will be later.
Okay, it's almost dinner time. Well, times of war, we'll have to make some hard decisions of where we spend our resources.
It's all your decisions to make. We will not sit in judgment.
The colonel will do what is right. He will ask for brave fellows to go after those who are missing. While we were able to stop some, and you were able to stop some, there were other manticores that made their way off with captives.
Yeah, I imagine there were.
You got the list of the captives yet? Or is that
No.
going to be at the dinner?
I trust Leaf, as well as the Huntmaster, to get that information. While we're not from Brindal, what happens in Brindal does affect the dwarves of Overlook all the way to Denver. We are part of the same road, part of the same trade network, and part of the same Vale.
Can't have this going around. We need to get these people back. We need to destroy these things.
What I don't understand is how there are so many goblins behind our lines.
Is that a figurative thing, or you mean practically like the attack out there where they bluffed you with a bunch of fires in the north that came into sight?
Well, I have to return back to the iron fortress of Overlook. Maybe the lords there know more about what is transpiring. Yes, of course they could be drawn from many directions. The goblins we have seen are not all of the same tribe.
No, but they are uniting under one banner.
How strong is Silverhammer?
Physically, or...
I mean physically.
He is a middle-aged dwarf, so maybe not as strong as he was in his youth.
So those two plates, how much do they weigh?
Which plates?
The two halves of the molds that we're trying to get to.
Like
600-700
They're
pounds.
600 pounds each.
600 pounds each, yeah.
And you can teleport three people with you, Thogram?
I believe so. I think it's 1 every 3.
Yeah, it should be yourself plus 1 every 3.
Yeah. So yeah, me and 3 others.
Well, could we teleport him back with your thingies and drop him off there? Teleport back here and take care of the problem? And then looking over at Fancy Pants, once it's all sorted.
That is an option. I was requested not to teleport because of the risk of, going in the wrong place, that sort of thing. I told him it's a small risk, but still. But
Right.
given
Depends.
the situation, I think it's valid for us to do so now.
There's other risks involved here.
Yeah, that's true. I'll need to prepare tomorrow in order to do this, but my cannons would be less effective. Wouldn't be able to shrink my cannon as often, and
I'm not worried about the size of your cannon.
It depends
that's not what you said yesterday.
what the colonel asks of our brave newcomers, what the colonel asks of us. Remember, he has given us a rather wide berth in our search. Yes, yes. The colonel has been much golden with his permission. This is just all a distraction. Turns to his drink for a moment.
One does hate distractions. And Barnabas just downs his drink in one gulp.
The lost mine of Delve is what is important here. Yes, of course, we're defending our homes and keeping the goblins at bay, but the lost mine of Delve we must not forget. If we linger, our enemy will find the mine.
Oh, we can't be having that now, can we?
Sildar mentioned that he suspects that there is indeed a person or persons behind the organization of the goblins, and that very well some of these pariahs might be working with them. Pig iron of a clan. We should have done away with them long ago.
Oh, you're talking about the Rickhammers.
Indeed. He looks at Barnabas again, realizing that Barnabas does know lots of things.
We have one of the anvil brows with us.
Yes. I'm looking forward to meeting him. And he looks around at all of you. I don't see him amongst you.
Oh, did we leave him guarding the gate?
Aye, he's guarding the gate. He's not much of a conversationalist.
Oh, he's when you bring up magic, isn't he?
The Karak Lode and the lost mine of Delve stare at each other from across the valley. These two places. If you take one, you could probably take the other. You have both, and you'll have the Forge of Spells, plus whatever remains of the Karak Lode to mine. These two things must be returned to dwarven hands, human hands, for the glory of the Empire, of course.
Yeah, of course. It's just a matter of coming to terms now, isn't it?
It's been lost for 500 years. Clans of dwarves, gnomes, human wizards made an agreement called the Delver's Pact. That they would share the rich mine, that wondrous cavern, the Wave Echo Cave. A mine that contained great and magical power. Human spellcasters at the time, Imperials, allied themselves with dwarves and gnomes to channel and bind that energy into a great forge. The great forge of...
right.
The Forge of Spells, yes. A place where magic items could be crafted, but even more importantly, we believe that magic items that are already crafted can be enhanced.
Really?
Yes.
What kind of magics are in these
Times were good.
mines?
We know from the archives that the town of Delve was the closest settlement, at least in Elsia Vale, to the mines.